Hi, welcome back to Half of Heidi, or welcome to the channel in general if this is the first time you've dropped by. Today I am 14 weeks post VSG to bypass revision surgery, so I thought I'd do a couple of things in this video. I thought I might give my usual stats update, answer another couple of questions that I've got, and yeah, also maybe just briefly touch on mental health. Why not? Okay, so let's do the stats first. So my highest weight this time around was 121.9 kilograms or 268.7 pounds. Last week I weighed in at 102.1 kilograms or 225.1 pounds. This week I'm 101.5 kilograms or 223.8 pounds, which means this week I lost 0.6 kilograms or 1.3 pounds. My total lost, so such a mouthful, including the 2.5 week pre-op diet, is 20.4 kilograms or 45 pounds exactly. And I'm really happy with my progress now that I understand that I'm losing less than I have with the VSG. I'm more, I guess, accepting of losing less than a kilogram a week. It just kind of, I'm used to it now. It's been 14 weeks. I'm, anticipating it a bit better. I definitely have to stop daily weighing. That is a bad habit to get into, because seeing it go further, go lower, and then I get excited, but then it bounces back up again on weigh-in day. So I've got to stop. I've got to stop doing that. The other thing I've got to stop doing is, well, I guess I'm skipping to the end of my video for a second. I was going to talk about my mental health last, but let me just quickly get it out of the way and then I'll answer some surgery-related questions. The medication that I'm temporarily on at the moment increases my appetite when I take it. So for the last, has it been a week already? Probably. Over a week actually. For the last week and a half, I've been really struggling with eating late at night and even sometimes in the middle of the night because of this new medication. So the fact that I've lost anything at all is great, because I'm not making good food choices when I do eat these things. So I do need to stop that. But anyway, but speaking of eating and what do I eat, and protein and vitamins and all that good stuff, I had a question from Kelly Robinson. Thanks for that question, Kelly, and the suggestion to put it in a video on, what do I eat in a day, including protein and vitamins. And she had another question for me as well, which was, have I experienced any dumping or vomiting since I've had the surgery? So I wanted to answer those two questions today. So I might actually start with protein. So I other than getting protein in what I eat, I focus a lot on protein from protein powders. So I drink protein, collagen protein, flavored collagen protein water during the day. And I typically get about 2 500 ml or half a litre. So I drink a litre. Do the maths, Heidi. I drink about a litre of protein water a day, probably more. And actually I should quickly double check the maths, but I'm pretty sure that gives me 75 grams. If I drink a litre, I get 75 grams of protein just from this alone. My target for the day is 90. I also drink coffee, both caffeinated and decaf coffee. And for those, I like to put in, again, collagen protein, but obviously tasteless protein. Not sponsored in any way by these products, by the way. And then this one, I usually have probably 2 or 3 coffees a day, whether that's caffeinated or non-caffeinated. And that would give me about 45 grams of protein. So I'm actually probably getting over 100 grams of protein a day, even up to maybe 120 grams of protein a day, purely from what I'm drinking. So I don't have to be so scared that sometimes my meals are quite low in protein, especially because my husband and I have a preference for vegetarian food. So it just makes it a little bit less stressful. And if you're very, very new to the process and you're not sure why protein is important, your body needs protein to run. If it can't find it in your diet, it will start breaking down the protein in your muscles, and you'll get muscle wastage, and so you'll lose tone and you'll start to feel really crap pretty quickly. So highly recommend that you get some really good protein water and tasteless protein powder and start it from the day you have the surgery. Don't even wait until you get home. Your body needs protein, especially for during recovery and beyond. Cannot stress that enough. Okay, vitamins wise, I take the BN Choose multivitamin. That's my preference. I had this all throughout the VSG and post VSG period until I switched to a multivitamin for pregnancy and then for when I was breastfeeding. And then I switched back to this one. It's my preferred one. I know some people, it's one of those you kind of like it or you don't like it kind of ones. Some people find that they feel sick and some people don't. I love this one. It kind of tastes like a fruit tingle to me, like an orange fruit tingle, but yeah, I like these ones. So I have one in the morning and one in the evening. Around lunchtime, where have I put it? I have BioZinc. Now, I got this one, I can't see what quantity that says. Not easily anyway. I take this one because I have been diagnosed as low in zinc, so I take that one for that reason. So if you haven't had a dietitian appointment through your weight loss surgeries clinic, see if that's something that they offer, or see your GP about getting a full blood work done to see if you're low in anything and whether you need to increase via additional supplements. I did for zinc. And the other one that I needed to add into, so I take that one around lunchtime. And then the other one that I take, I'm also low on vitamin D, and my dietitian recommended a combo calcium and vitamin D, which is apparently really good, again, for people who are post-op, whether that's for VSG or bypass. And as a result of having taken these ones twice a day, so one in the morning and one at night, and I take them with my multi, my vitamin D levels have come up since I've had the surgery. So even before I had the surgery, they were low. They've actually come up after I've been taking these ones. I wanted to touch quickly on the zinc for a second. I didn't understand that I couldn't take the zinc at the same time as my other vitamins. Unfortunately, the calcium vitamin D one can interfere with the absorption of the zinc one, so I can't take them at the same time. It can also interfere with absorption of iron. So if you're taking an additional iron supplement, just be aware of that, I guess, is my point. And then the last thing I wanted to show, because I figured I might as well talk about everyone's favourite topic, is constipation. Because, because we're not eating as much and things can, really slow down in the bowel. Or sometimes they can just speed up and you've got no control at all over what's going on down there. But when things are really slowing down and I feel like, hey, it's been a couple of days, since I've been, I actually prefer a senna containing laxative. I specifically take Prinlax. It's just like it's the teeny tiniest little tablet. I think it's got 75 milligrams of senna. Yeah, and a couple of other stuff, whatever. But anyway, this one, you're supposed to be able to take it at night and you'll go in the morning. I don't always find that's the case with me. Sometimes I have to take two to be able to go in the morning. So my advice would be to take them very late at night if you're going to take two, because you'll need to go in the morning. So I've been taking them for... Well, actually, I took them throughout my pregnancy. I don't think I had them when I had the VSG. I think I was taking Coloxil or Ducalax at the time. But I've moved to Prinlax. I just find they're just a bit more gentle. They don't create an emergency situation unless you take more than the recommended dose. So that answers, you know, like the vitamins and nutrients and all that kind of stuff. In terms of what I eat in a day, I've never been good at the get up, have breakfast, lunch and dinner, have snacks in between kind of stuff. I've got troubles with, you know, addiction to food, binge eating and all sorts of, you know, and even at times, you know, I've had anorexia in my life. So I don't have the best relationship with food. So I'm probably not a good role model at all when it comes to what I eat in a day. I don't eat breakfast, just a really bad habit. Lately, I haven't been eating lunch, and partly because I'm not hungry and partly because I'm so obsessed with the scales that I've now got this really unhealthy habit developing where I'm avoiding food because I'm scared of how much I'm going to eat at night after I take this new medication that I'm on. So I've actually been skipping lunch thinking, well, I'm probably going to make up for it later anyway when I eat some crap in the middle of the night. So I've been really trying to make really good, nutritious, as much as possible homemade meals as I possibly can, or at least if I'm buying ready-made meals, I'm getting them from like the fresh section of the supermarket. So like quiches and spinach and ricotta cannelloni. Like I'm trying to get something that's homemade-ish, but isn't fast food basically. The things that I've been making from home, the last week I've actually been using a dinner box service. Again, no sponsorship, and I won't even mention its name. And I got 5 meals to try because my recipe range has gotten so boring. I'm sick of everything that I make. So I just have a small serve of, that. And before I started taking this new medication, I had been having the leftovers for lunch the next day. So once I find out what the hell I'm going to do about my mental health and this medication, which will be on Friday when I have my next appointment with my psychiatrist, hopefully I can get back in the habit of having my lunch and dinner. I have always said this on my channel. I'm not a good role model when it comes to how many calories to have or how many meals a day or anything like that, because I have got the slowest metabolism in the world and need to eat fewer calories. I don't exercise enough. I've started going for maybe 2 walks in the last week with my 3-year-old daughter, which you can imagine the pace. She's only 3 years old, so it's not like I'm working up a sweat. And I've got an office job. This is my office. I'm literally work from here all day. I don't get the step count in to need, larger amounts of calories. And at the moment, because of the mental health situation and what's going on in my life, I'm just not even putting the pressure on myself to exercise. So I'm just trying to be really gentle with myself and accept that it's good enough at the moment. But I do really want to get to my psychiatrist appointment on Friday and find out what the longer term plan is, because I can't skip lunch every day. It's not healthy physically or mentally. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Just trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to add. I just noticed this video is already, again, longer than I wanted it to be. Let me just go back to my notes. No, I think that was about it. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so if you do have any questions or comments, do leave them in the comment section. And if you're not having a great week, I'm sorry to hear that. And as always, I know exactly what you're going through. And I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.